Good day, guys. So the postman brought something in today, and yeah, quite exciting. I've been a fan of Piano Wargames for quite a long time, um, and I've never actually bought any figures before now. But when news came out that these were gonna be in plastic, this box set, I immediately jumped on the bandwagon and ordered a box from Piano Wargames directly. So this is not a sponsored video in any way. Yeah, it was quite a surprise for I think most of us to discover that Piano Wargames and Wargames Atlantic were gonna work together on plastics. Well, at least plastics. I hope in the future we will get some more boxes, because more plastic is always good. Yeah, and their first box set is this French infantry in greatcoats 1804 to 1814 set. Yeah, let's have a look at what's inside. As I said earlier, I've been a fan of Piano Wargames for quite some time. I've had my eye on them for a few years. The owner is Lucas Luber, who is yeah, just an amazing sculptor. He does everything digitally, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. And he offers his figures in metal and in STL files, which you can just print out yourself. Now, I'm not a huge fan of printed figures. Resin is not my kind of material. It's often quite fragile, and I prefer to work with, well, one plastic and two metal. So I'm very, very glad these are now out in plastic. And yeah, without further ado, let's get this box open. As you can see down below, I ordered 2 extra sprues, but we'll get to these in a minute. Let's just see what's in this box. Box size is comparable to Perry and Warlord, and as you can see, it is absolutely stacked. Well, just have a look at the artwork and the back. These were also painted by Lucas, so this guy is amazingly talented. He's not just a great sculptor, but also a great painter, as you can see. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, before I continue, I just want to say I'm not an expert on French Napoleonic uniforms by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm not going to talk too much about historical accuracy. I mean, I'm sure Lucas has done his research, and yeah, we'll just take a look mostly at the figures themselves. And there's a small leaflet that comes with the box, a bit like those you can find in Perry boxes, without flags, I have to say, which I don't normally use by the Perrys because I don't like the paper they're printed on. So yeah, here's just some information on infantry in greatcoats, when they were introduced, and some examples of how you can paint them. You can paint them as young guard even. There's some components to turn these into sappers, or at least one per unit. There you go. You can paint them as chasseurs, whatever you want. And here are some examples of built figures. And my leaflet has got a hole in it. Probably a bullet hole. Nice. Let's see. I hadn't opened the box yet, so I'm not exactly sure what the composition of the sprues is gonna be. These all seem to be your regular line units, or regular line infantry figures. And there's 4 of these, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures per sprue. So that's 20 guys. Am I right? Yeah. Then we have a command sprue with 4, and this should be the Voltigeur sprue, skirmishers. Also 4 guys. So that makes 28 in total. Now I believe these retail for about 33 euros. I'm not sure what that is in pounds, but you can look that up yourselves. I'm based in the Netherlands, so euros is what I deal with. So yeah, let's just examine each sprue one at a time. And I hope with all the clutter in the background I can, yeah, make this focus. So yeah, there's 5 different bodies. Well, with greatcoats that's not all too exciting because they're likely to be mostly the same. And as you can see, the detail is quite amazing. The fur on the backpack is, yeah, very nicely defined. You got several head types. So these are your bicorns from the earlier period. And then there's one Shako, and the other ones are at the top of the sprue. Some grenadier bear skins. Now the funny thing is, or funny, the interesting thing about these guys is that the collars are attached to their heads, which you generally don't tend to see with these plastic sets. But I think that will make for a more realistic looking fit on the body. So that's pretty amazing. And as you can see, oh, come on. Okay, yeah, there it is. The faces are pretty nice. There's a lot of detail on them. Now, as I said earlier in the video, these were made together with Wargames Atlantic from the United States. And they've been producing some excellent looking kits for a few years now. And most of the detail on these sets is very, very sharp. They use a different method than other mold makers, I think. But please make a comment in the comment section. They use aluminium molds instead of metal or steel molds, and yeah, that makes for a different result. I think it's also a bit easier to make molds faster. Now, as you can see, all backpacks are separate. It's basically the same as the Warlord and Perry Miniatures boxes. And they also come with a lot of accoutrements. I think this is a sort of canteen, a cooking pan, I saw some onions somewhere on this sprue. I think this is also a sort of pan. A bag of maybe wheat or grain, I'm not sure. Yeah, here are the onions. What is a French battalion without onions, one would say? Now you've got several types of arms. Here's one with epaulets, so you can turn these guys into all voltigeurs or grenadiers. And then you got your regular arms to make men in attack, march attack pose. These are left shoulder shift, I believe it's what it's called. And then you got your more advancing charging poses. So you got the option to turn them into, or to assemble them in 3 different, what do you call them? Not formations, but poses. Yeah, that's sprue 1. Next up are the skirmishers, which are, well, yeah, the idea behind them is the same as the marching poses. They're just bodies, legs, and upper torso and torso attached. Now these are in standing positions and one kneeling position. Now you got your same type of heads. I'm not sure if these are the same as those on the regular guys. Might be the same, but there also might be some more variation. And you got your shakos as well. Cool. And these are, you can assemble these guys in firing, loading positions. And we have some separate backpacks with their bayonet and short saber attached for the flank companies. Yeah, detail is quite amazing. I'm gonna have a lot of fun painting these guys up. And this is the final sprue with your officer. I think this is the flag bearer. This may be the sapper, I think. Or maybe a sergeant or fanion carrier. This is your drummer. Look at the drum. These sort of these bands attached to the drum. They have actual. I can't think of the word. They actually look like real rope, which is pretty insane. Here we got our flagpole, which I will immediately replace with some brass wire, or rod, I should say. Now here we have a banner top. This is for your 2nd and 3rd battalions, and the 1st battalion should have an eagle, and it's here. Yeah, I hope there's enough room underneath to be able to drill a hole in it. I think so, but I might have to do another video when these guys are assembled. Yeah, you got your backpacks for the officer, not for the officer, for the NCOs, and these also come with a short sword. I think this is the head of the sapper with his beard. And yeah, here is his axe. And here is his arm with a glove and his musket slung on his shoulder. So all your stuff to to create a nice command set. Now what I was wondering if these are compatible with parries, or at least the parries do an 1815 box. And size-wise, these are perfectly matched. Now, if anyone knows what the difference is between 1814 and 1815 greatcoat wearing French soldiers, please let me know down below, because I have no clue. And here is a Dutch militiaman, which I'm working on. And as you can see, this one is also by Perry. And yeah, size-wise, identical. And in style, yeah, pretty much the same. So, I think we can all agree that this set is pretty amazing. I bought 2 extra sprues of the line infantry, so I can bump this battalion up to 34 figures, which is not entirely ideal. I would like to have them to have 36 men, so I can have 6 bases of 6, but I'll just have to put in probably some metal figures, which is not a problem. But yeah, just be advised that this is a 28 figure box, and that includes four skirmishing figures. So if you want to keep this box as is, you'll end up with 24 infantry with 2 flank companies and 4 skirmishing guys. Right, so let me know what you think of this box set down below. I think it's pretty amazing. Lucas and Wargames Atlantic, a job well done. Keep them coming, please. Maybe Austrians next, if we look at the box art, which is also great, by the way. We can see some Austrians facing these French, so maybe we get some Austrians next. And in the meantime, thanks for watching. If you like this video, like and subscribe. This will really help the channel out. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!